Hello, everybody. We are live here, Metahumans Mondays, on the 18th of October. Um, a very Halloweeny weathered. Yeah, definitely feeling the weather outside right now. Get those Halloween vibes going. Um, and lots of cool stuff coming out. We're gonna have a packed show today where we're gonna. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be long. We're just gonna bundle a lot of stuff in the amount of time we have. So we're gonna just breeze through because there's a lot to go and decipher. But nothing really tops DC this week. This is basically DC's week, and they pretty much own it. And there's so much that they have unveiled. Um, and it's kind of fitting because our store's called Metahumans Comics. You know what I mean? So it's a DC. We had a DC show here today, but without further ado, we'll just get right to it. The biggest announcement, the biggest reveal, and the biggest thing of a DC fandom that hit this week was the Batman. And holy smokes, dude! First off, that the Batman image that's they're using for the one that you see before you, that is badass. They
Definitely.
yeah, they really upped this. I almost thought it'd been like kind of funny if and you and me, Francisco, we did some kind of like a trailer reaction or something like that, something funny like that. I'm not really one to do those kind of things, but for this, I would have thought maybe that would have been funny if we would have watched the trailer reaction, but too late for that because it
Yeah.
already came out. And but I don't know, if something else dope like that comes out, maybe we'll do something like that. That'd be pretty fun. So, but yeah, man, this trailer was good, dude. Talk about
Oh,
up in the ante from that initial teaser. Goes to show what a little bit of time spent does, right? Like
oh yeah.
when you put that effort into it, holy shit. So I'm gonna start with you, man. I mean, what did you think? Decipher it for me. There's a couple images I could probably pull up right now to coincide with some things you might bring up, but yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this. And anyone live in the chat, I would love to hear your thoughts on what you thought of the trailer as well, the Batman. There's a lot of things that came out in DC fandom, but obviously nothing was as superb as this. You know what I mean? Or um, shattering as the Batman trailer because we've been waiting for this for quite some time. Yeah, break it down, Francisco. What'd you think, dude?
I got really excited to see Selena Kyle right
Oh
off.
yeah,
Like when I saw that they added her, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be cool. A nice little addition to this like new Batman. We're gonna have a new Catwoman, the Riddler too. That like at first I was like, really, but then like as it kept going, I was like, all right, they're going like all out, brutal on this. So I'm excited for that, bringing out like the true roots of the Riddler. And then I think my biggest, honestly, like the thing I don't know why I got excited, but I'm super excited is the Bat Challenger slash Stang slash
yeah,
I don't know which one it is, but that car, dude, oh my god, it looks gorgeous.
yeah.
And then Robert Pattinson is like hitting it out of the ballpark, dude. He's doing such a great job.
Yeah, yeah, I wasn't like, I know a lot of people were like, they weren't sold on him as Batman, right? But it's funny because
Yeah.
people weren't sold on Ben Affleck either, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
people were making fun of it, and like, it's just kind of funny how, I remember when Christian Bale was cast, people weren't sold on him either, dude. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, it's funny how people kind of just they switch their attitude around. They just give it a shot. So sometimes like the castings, I don't say anything until like you start to see it. It's like we had that conversation with the Red Sonja. Remember? Some people were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
already talking shit on the Red Sonja thing." I was like, "Look, I love Red Sonja, and like I'm not gonna say nothing until we see the trailer. You know what I mean? I am making no
Mm-hmm.
judgments because the magic of Hollywood, it's incredible what they could do. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hold all judgment on everything if you notice, like before the thing, until we see something like a trailer or something full. Once we get something full like that, then you can start to make your nitpicks because it's like, okay, all right, this did not go as you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, yeah, and I think I said it last time. Pattinson had a really good role in that one movie. Oh man, I knew what it was called last time. It was you think I think it's on I think it's on Netflix. You could watch it or on Amazon, but uh he basically like him and his brother like rob a oh, it was from A24, the company that did the Joker movie.
Yeah.
They did Uncut Gems. They did like a lot of good films. But yeah, he did a movie, and I'm blanking on the name of that, and it was actually really good. It's actually a really good movie. It was shoot.
Oh, dude, like no joke. Literally, almost every film he's come out in is just a good movie.
Yeah, but and that movie right there, I remember seeing it and thinking like, you know what, he has a wider range than just uh people, zoning on the Twilight stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, shit, what was that? Oh, Good Time, I think it was called. Yeah, Good Time. If you guys seen Good Time, that's a good. It's a crazy flick, dude. It's got like that Uncut Gems like suspense to it, but he's got a range. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
Oh
But
yeah, dude.
I think a lot of the supporting cast is really what's gonna build the movie. To be honest, right? A lot of the supporting cast. You were saying right now, Catwoman, right?
Yeah.
So that's being played by Zoe Kravitz. So let me try to pull up so I actually have an image of what her costume looks like. Those not familiar, when I say Zoe Kravitz, if you recognize the last name Kravitz, she's legit the daughter
Lenny
of Lenny
Kravitz.
Kravitz. Like she's actually the daughter. So and she's actually the daughter of Lenny Kravitz and Bonet, right? What's her Lisa Bonet is her name, right?
Yeah.
Who was a child actor, and now it's funny because Lisa Bonet is married to Jason Momoa or going out with Jason Momoa. I can't remember that part, but so it's like this crazy like family,
Damn.
right?
And then, and
Uh,
then with the new Aquaman movie getting teased too. Oh
oh
man, there's so
yeah,
many DC ties now.
yeah. So what'd you think of this costume? Because we even the McFarlane toys, which I'm gonna bring up in a bit. She does they do kind of stick with this costume on Catwoman, which looks a little more. If I'm being honest, it looks a little more realistic, like what a cat, like someone would kind of like, cat burglar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It kind of looks more in vein to that, to be honest. So it's
It,
kind of not really that far. It's like more realistic, if anything. But I know it's not as comic booky, right?
yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, dude?
No, but what I think that a lot of people like about that is because everybody seems to like this cool kind of like casual look to the hero or anti-hero outfit.
Hmm.
For example, Ben Parker from Scarlet Spider.
Yeah.
Everybody likes that little sweater, and then the outfit from the other Spider-Man movie,
Oh
where it's
yeah.
just like him into like the pre Spider-Man outfit,
Uh huh.
like kind of like more casual wear. And so with this one, it's just like she just cuts the hole up, puts it, and it's got the little kitty ears. So it's like more natural. It's more easy to cosplay too. And
Yeah.
I think that's what like brings people in that like this a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, they honestly pull it off really good too. Because you would think in a million years, like, man, that's not a superhero outfit. But then you see them, and then you see them act and do the moves, and you're like, okay, they don't need the outfit. They are the character.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it came out. I think it's gonna work. Yeah, and anyone that doubts it once they see it, um, I don't think they'll doubt it like before. Um,
Definitely.
let me pull up. Some people are well, this is the only like clip that you really get of her. Where she's in the costume, but you do get like unveilings of just like Selena Kyle, right? So then you
Mm-hmm.
just have Selena Kyle popping up. Um, she's a pretty good actress, though. She has some range too, so this will be interesting. Her and Pattinson on screen. And then from Catwoman, you jump right into another villain who I actually think he's gonna do incredible because he's probably he may very well be, in my opinion, the better actor in the casting. And you actually don't get really much a picture of him in the trailer, but
Oh
that's
yeah.
Dano, the guy that's playing the Riddler. Um, yeah, this guy's a good actor. He's been in a lot of stuff. I think the first thing I saw him in was what was that movie? Little Miss Sunshine or something like that. He played Dwayne in Little Miss Sunshine, but I know him, and many of you probably know him more from There Will Be Blood. He played Paul / Eli Sunday. Have you seen that movie, There Will Be Blood, Francisco?
Not in a long time ago, but I haven't
Yeah,
like recently.
that was with Daniel Day-Lewis. That shit was good, dude. That was a really good movie. This dude killed it in that movie. He's already like crazy. I can already see him as like a real like psychopath. So him playing the Riddler, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm expecting like some like Heath Ledger level acting of, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, definitely. That wow factor that just like throws us off. Like
yeah, I think this guy's that in this movie. He's gonna be that for this film. Um, and
I think another like big pop from it is like in the comics, he's the Riddler's been really quiet recently,
yeah,
and as well like it's in social like in or modern media. Uh, Basically, Enigma's been taken like or been has started to been looked down upon.
yeah. Well, you know what? You know, his costume is not typical Riddler in this movie, which some people are complaining about. But mark my words, this is probably gonna be the best Riddler. You
That's
know?
what I'm thinking too, dude. He's gonna be like you said, like Heath Ledger. He's gonna get this
Yeah,
role iconic.
yeah. This is gonna be the best Riddler done. I'm pretty sure. Even though it doesn't match what people think of the Riddler, it's gonna be the best Riddler. In the chat, we got Carlos Garcia says they are married. Okay, so Momoa and Bonet are married. So Zoe Kravitz is his stepdad is Aquaman.
Damn.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, she's got a crazy ass dad. She's got a rock star dad and like a Aquaman dad, dude. That's what a wild. And now she's Catwoman. Like, what a crazy ass life, huh? Um, yeah, that's gnarly. All right. So and now jumping from well, actually, you know what? I might as well deep dive into this. So people kind of get a notion. So this is what I'm talking about when I say you don't really get a good image of his costume in this trailer. But for those curious, this is the newly revealed Todd McFarlane Toys Riddler figure. So this is what he's going to be wearing, folks. This is what you could expect. Pretty much no top hat, right? No cane, but you do get that Riddler question mark on his jacket. Actually, what the heck is in his hand? I'm not sure what's on the hand of the figure. But you do get this kind of suit. But now, here's the creepy thing about this suit, though, and this is why I'm saying this is going to be the best Riddler probably, because they're playing this Riddler kind of more like if he was a real like if he was like the freaking Unabomber or something. You know what I mean? Like he was like a real psycho, like a real life like crazy. You know what I mean? Like even more crazier than like the Joker, maybe. You know what I mean? Because he's got these riddles and things that you need to solve, like a schemer, like how someone would do in real life. Whereas the Joker never really did anything like that. He was just like crazy. There was no explanation. But
Yeah.
this guy like kind of, it just seems like would be like a more realistic thing, you know?
Yeah.
And with the question marks and everything, it almost makes it feel like a cult or something, you know? So
Oh man, that'd be cool.
I mean, this is the costume for those wondering. Which I mean the jacket alone, you could probably buy this anywhere. You know what I mean? This probably gonna be like one of those like easy ass cosplays. You know, like super easy cosplay, right? For people to do, and socially distanced because like the mouth is covered. So this is gonna be like an easy cosplay for the convention seasons to come. Yeah, so those wondering, this is what the Riddler's costume looks like. These DC McFarlane toys, they just showed them off. I don't know if I had a good image of a good set of them here though, but yeah, they've all been coming out as of recent. They've been leaking all the images to all these, but also, I mean, this is side news. This wasn't what we're going to talk about here, but McFarlane picked up the DC Direct license. Did you see that, Francisco?
Yeah.
They're gonna do everything, man. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, congrats to
They've
them.
been really killing it. So
Yeah, so DC Direct. I'm just glad DC Direct's coming back because they did a lot of cool stuff, and then when they just put it on pause, it was like, what's next? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah, not for long. We're getting it all back here. Um, and then I was trying to find another good image too of the Penguin, because a lot of people aren't aware that that mafia type guy that's in there is actually the Penguin. You know.
Yeah.
Some people are not aware of that. They're not really making it too relevant either. It's kind of obvious with the Riddler with a question mark. You're like, oh, everyone's like, oh, that's the Riddler, you know.
Yeah.
But a lot of people aren't familiar that the Penguin is in here too. He just is a little different, and he's being played by Colin Farrell, which is crazy because it doesn't even look like him, right? So
No, yeah, dude, didn't look anything like him.
yeah, so and you don't have like well, at least from the angles that we're seeing, we don't see like that big penguin nose or anything, right?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, we're not getting that for some reason. But I mean, it's not to say it's not there when we see the film or whatever. Anyways, here's the penguin right here, a better look for everybody. And I don't know, maybe they did do the penguin nose. We're just looking at it at a different angle, you know. But
Did they do the monocle too?
yeah,
Oh, they did. Yeah, that's how I was able to like tell.
yeah. So yeah, I like that. If you watch the trailers, I like that last portion of the trailer when the Batman, the dun 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 dun, that whole thing comes in at the end. Sounds
Yeah,
glorious, you know. That's my favorite part of the trailer, and that's pretty much the part where you get the Penguin. He thinks he blew the Batman up, right? And
yeah.
then he comes out in the Challenger through the fire and shit. Like that's awesome, man. That trailer gives you goosebumps and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So good. So yeah, here's the Penguin. And then what's interesting is I remember when we first saw this with the first reveals of the Batman trailer, we had all those rumors about the Court of Owls and shit, you know?
Mhm.
And for some reason, we didn't there was no Court of Owls that I caught in this trailer. Did you catch anything like that?
No, but I thought it was funny because for the video game Gotham Knights,
Yeah.
it showed the Penguin talking about the Court of Owls.
Yeah, he was like terrified of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like, wait a minute, I just saw the Penguin on the Batman trailer for the movie. Now he's in the video game too, talking about the Court of Owls. I was like, is that a little tease or something
Yeah, I
going
don't.
on?
Yeah,
Or
I thought that too. I didn't. I was thinking different. Like, I don't know if this is a tease. Maybe this is like people just got it discombobulated and mixed up or something, and like but they were in the other thing, or
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was a kind of trippy, you know. So yeah, um, yeah, man, I'm not really sure what to think of it, you know. So yeah, from that, we had a lot of other reveals too. Shoot, man, Francisco, what was your other favorite thing after this, man?
oh, dude, I would definitely say the big tease is one of my favorite. Naomi, I
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
they're
That
going
was a
full.
great
Yeah,
one.
yeah, they're going all out with that, right? That was Brian Michael Bendis's creation. Um, yeah, it's funny because they replicated the comic book cover on that, which I thought it was cool. You know,
Yeah,
they basically just like mirrored that comic book cover. Um, let me see if I could find the image here. The other thing I really like was the. Did you see the Blue Beetle costume?
oh
The
no, I
character design
haven't.
reveal. That was cool, man. I was digging that. But yeah, the Naomi. Yeah, I thought that was really cool how they did that actually. Um,
I thought we were
and
gonna get way more, but that tease was enough, dude. It was enough to just get like, oh, like excited about it.
yeah, and then the actress that they got to play Naomi, she's kind of she's newer, right? I don't recognize her from anything.
Yeah, I think she's a new character. She's a new actress.
Yeah, so here it is right here. So those familiar with the comic book, this is kind of just mirroring the comic book. The comic book literally has this same style thing. They just like matched it. There's a lot of DC television news that they were showing, right? There's a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
stuff. So yeah, Naomi, and then I like the Blue Beetle costume um, review. I thought that was super cool. because they're showing off they're showing off what they're aiming for. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
aiming for a specific concept design for the costume, and here I'll put it up right here so y'all can see. And I really hope they stick to this because man, it looks really good. It really does. So here we go. If you haven't seen it yet, Francisco, you get to see it right here and pull up a good image of it. But yeah, if they're gonna stick to this, I really hope they stick to their guns and give us this costume here. All right, here it is. There we go. So yeah, I think it looks fantastic. Pretty true to likeness to the comic book.
Oh, that looks awesome.
I hope they stick with it, dude. I like the neons that they got with the blues, you know?
Yeah.
Those look great. And I also like one of my favorite things about Blue Beetle, and it looks like it's gonna happen here too. And the actor that they cast for it too, is he's always been like a slimmer build. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's not all like ripped or anything, and I love that because it's like we need all the heroes to be different sizes in order to be a little more realistic. You know, not everybody can look like Shazam or. If I'm honest, even Batfleck looked a little ridiculous with the puffiness of the costume. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, they can't all be like that. It's like a little too extreme. You know what I mean? And Blue Beetle in the comics is like this. He's like thinner build, and like I think that's cool because that gives like youth and other people that are watching a little more like realistic. Like, oh, I could be, you know what I mean? This, or I could imagine myself or root for that character, and like I love that stuff, dude. So
yeah,
Blue Beetle's like one of my favorite. He's top 3 favorite characters in DC. This version, the Jaime Reyes one. So I'm excited for this, and I think this just looks great, man.
Yeah, it looks really awesome.
And I'm excited for Naomi too, and not just because it's coming to the DC TV, but I still got my CGC 9.8 #1 Naomi's first appearances, bro. I got 2 of them, and I didn't really keep that many books. Remember, I kept some graded ones, but I held on to the 2 of the Naomi's because I was like, this shit's gonna pop off someday. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why sell it when it's going for like 90 when you know the show could boost it up to $300 or $400? You know? Yeah.
It's always gonna keep one for safe. Like you never know.
Yeah, I got 2, man. I had the cover B and I sold it a long time ago, but it's because I didn't really like the cover B.
Yeah.
But the cover A is I held on to that, and lo and behold, that's the one that they're mimicking with this shot, you know? So, pretty cool. A lot of people are talking about the Black Adam stuff. If I'm being honest, I've never really been I've never been like a Shazam or Black Adam fan, you know what I mean? It was never like my thing, but he does look good as Black Adam, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he pulls off the costume.
He does. Yeah, he was definitely meant to play that role. There's nobody that could do that better than him. And actually, I don't even really like very many of The Rock's films. But I think Black Adam suits him very well, and I think this is his film right here. You know what I mean?
It's like he said when he was born for it.
Yeah, this is his shit right here. So The Rock as Black Adam, that's gonna be cool, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Black Adam I'm excited for the movie, but the thing that really like it just hooked me because I've been a big fan when I was little, and then nobody liked him, so he just kind of like faded off from my likeness. I still like him, but Hawkman getting announced, dude. Dude, I got so excited about that. Dude, that was one of my big like, oh yes, finally give him some love.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, Pierce Brosnan is Dr. Fate. That's gonna be cool too, man.
That was awesome, dude.
That's gonna be really cool. Pierce Brosnan is Dr. Fate, and then
it was the Atom Crusher.
Ah, the Atom Crusher. The Atom Crusher, yes. And then one more. The girl, Cyclone.
I forgot her. Yeah.
Let me look that one up because that's the one that I was like, who is that? You know?
Yeah.
Her logo looked cool. That's why. So it was kind of yeah, Cyclone. She's playing Cyclone. Interesting. So Cyclone in the comics is like a redhead. So they did kind of change her up here. What a random character to go with, though. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Shazam, I'm actually honestly looking forward to the second movie because I just chose not to watch the first movie for the longest time, and then one day I was just like looking through HBO. I was like, what should I watch? I haven't seen Shazam. Let's watch it. I watched it. And dude, I fell in love with that movie. It's such a great, fun movie. I
Yeah.
regret not watching it in theaters. So this one, I'm truly excited for the second one.
Yeah, I did see that one in the theater. And I liked it too. It was cool. Like I said, I was never like a fan of Shazam or Black Adam. So
Yeah.
I'm still not like a fan. Like I still don't buy Shazam or Black Adam books, you know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
But if you know me, you know that I watch every single Marvel and DC movie regardless. In fact, if they say it's horrible, I want to see it just as bad. Like I will watch it. You know what I mean? Because I want to see, okay,
Yeah.
how bad, you know what I mean? And then I rank into my pantheon of horrible and good. And like, dude, there's some movies that people say are like great, and then I watch them and I'm like, man, that kind of sucked. And then there's some that they say are the absolute worst, and I watched it and I was like, that wasn't even that bad. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, I remember watching that Fantastic Four movie that everybody said was absolutely atrocious. You know, the Josh Trank one, and
Yeah.
dude, it wasn't even that bad, man. It wasn't even that bad, you know? So, like, it's not like a perfect Fantastic Four movie, but it wasn't that bad, you know what I mean? I was able to sit through. I was like, hey, just chill, you know? I saw
Yeah.
worse movies. To be honest, I was more bored with, like, um, shoot, what's the other one that well, if I'm being frank, some of, like, the Avengers movies, you know what I mean? Like, they're not as good as people say they are, you know what I mean? And like I remember watching, I don't even remember which Thor movie, but I legit almost fell asleep in one of the Thor movies, and like the Fantastic Four Josh Trank one, I was wide awake. Like I watched the whole thing, you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
it's weird. It's like I don't know. Don't judge it until you see it, you know? And if you dig it, it still doesn't mean you're like a giant like fan. It might not win you over, but sometimes the movies could still be good, you know?
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
Shazam was like that for me too. I didn't go in there with any expectation or as like a fan. But you know what? Sometimes that's good because
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
yeah, because then you don't have a standard. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So yeah, I agree. Shazam was great. I'm still not like a Shazam fan, but I thought the movie was great. You know what I mean? I guess it's gonna be more brutal on me, like if because I'm actually legit Blue Beetle Jaime Reyes fan.
Oh
If
yeah.
I go in there
Really
and like it sucks, then it
super
has to be a different
analyzing it,
story,
man.
right? But hey, I have a lot of
It,
faith. This looks fantastic already. The
it'll be
same,
cool because you'll see stuff that other people won't normally see. So
yeah, that's the diff. Yeah, so like Shazam, I didn't know anything, dude. I didn't know anything,
yeah.
so I was just learning
Yeah.
shit, you know. I wasn't like, no, that's wrong. You know that happens to me a lot in the X-Men movies because I know so much about X-Men that like there's so many things in the X-Men movies throughout the years that I see and I'm like, okay, that is inaccurate. You know what I mean? Like that is so not even close to what is supposed to be happen. And like yeah, they're just so off on so many things sometimes, you know? Um yeah, I don't know why I was thinking of that one. I don't know if you remember that one scene that I thought was fun. This is not off. I just thought it was funny. Random thought blurred my head, but when Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Well, first off, here's one thing I thought when Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I was like, he's freaking huge. Like Wolverine's supposed to be like Pudge. You know what I mean? Like compared to
Yeah.
like, and I don't think a lot of people know that. Like you and me know because we're diehard comic, but like people don't realize like, dude, Wolverine's like a really small character in the comics. You know?
He's like the size of a Wolverine.
Yeah, like a Wolverine. Yeah, and he just like, dude, he just like peaks over like everybody, dude. You know?
Yeah.
But Hugh Jackman goes into at the X Mansion, and he sees Cyclops, right? And they're having that conversation. And Professor X is there, so it's Scott Summers, and he tells him his name is Cyclops, right? Is that how it goes? And then he's like Cyclops, and then like he figures out everyone's names. You know what I mean? And then like he looks at Professor X and like he tells him like, so what are you, Wheels? Remember he says something like that?
Yeah.
He calls him Wheels. Like I remember thinking that was funny when I was younger. But yeah, like some of those films, man, like when you go back and you look at them, you're like, man, this is totally off, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Let me check here in the first off, thank you everyone that's joining us live in the chat. Appreciate you all. Buffy Loves Supercat has a very accurate comment here. It says Rock as Black Adam is like Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark. Some actors are just born with it. Tell me about it. Man, Robert Downey Jr. is freaking born to be Tony. He's literally walking. If you called him Tony, he'd probably respond to you. You know what I mean? Like, he is like a real life Tony Stark for sure. Yeah. And she says when she saw Anna Paquin as Rogue, she was confused because she didn't see the white streak. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, me too. When I first saw Anna Paquin, I actually didn't catch on. I was like, no way, is this Rogue? You know what I mean? Like, after a while, I kind of like, it's like, okay, she's Rogue. I kind of clicked with it, right? But I don't know. I was just so used to Rogue in the animated series and the comics being so boom. You know what I mean? Like, so like powerful and flying and like, you know what I mean? Like, and like the southern accent. You know what I mean? So I still think, not think, it has to happen eventually. I still think we're gonna get a really good Gambit and Rogue. Watch, we're gonna get a good one someday, in some Marvel movie. That will happen. I'm pretty confident of that. And I'm actually kind of excited to see if we get a new Wolverine, who they cast, because I highly doubt we're going to get someone as tall as Hugh Jackman again. So we're probably going to get someone who actually might fit the Wolverine mold better, you know? Yeah, I would predict that at least. And
you know, it would be cool, like a cool introduction for the X-Men characters to come into the whole Marvel universe and all that.
Oh yeah, well, oh yeah.
If they make like a Hulk movie and base it off Hulk 181.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny.
That would be awesome.
So I don't think this is really a spoiler because everyone's probably read this already. But supposedly at the end of the at the Venom movie, they kind of announced that he's in the MCU now, right? Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Spoiler. Yeah. So, yeah. So basically, like the end credit scene. I mean, not like we're showing it, so it doesn't really matter. But like supposedly, like Venom is now in the MCU. So
wow.
yeah, so now he's linked in. So basically, like, folks, now is the absolute like if you didn't have the first appearance of Venom, I'm sorry, but you're kind of too late now, because like either you want to pay the exorbitant prices that it's going for, but to be honest, it's just about to get worse. It's already really bad, and it's just about to get even worse. So, yeah, if you got a first appearance of Venom, hold on to that sucker. It's about to boost even more in value. Yeah, everything's gonna change. I'm looking forward to the X-Men and the freaking Fantastic Four movies now that Marvel Disney has them. You can only imagine how good those are gonna be now. Holy shit, dude, they're gonna be so good now. Those things are gonna be like so good. So really looking forward to that. So from the DC news here, we're gonna jump into a cool reveal, something that I thought was really cool that just got announced. Now, this is for all. I kind of like to sprinkle in some action figure collectible stuff now in here, not just all movie and television. So I thought this one was really cool. So this is the NECA Bronx figure. So you hadn't seen this yet, Francisco, right?
No, I hadn't. It looks awesome.
It looks great, dude. Look at that. So an articulated Bronx figure from Gargoyles. NECA's putting it out. Has an articulated jaw and everything. Now, here's what I was the most stoked about. So, the number one complaint with the Gargoyle figures was that their wings were so big, right? On Goliath, you know what I mean, that came out, that he was too heavy from the back. You could imagine, you know? And so it's hard to get him to stand, right? Unless you lean him on his tail. And the wings are not articulated, so they just stick out.
Oh.
And because of that, the weight of the wings makes the joints a little loose. So there's already a couple of complaints. So they wanted some kind of alternative. So with the Bronx figure, since Bronx, and if you're familiar with the Gargoyles cartoon, Bronx doesn't have wings. This is Bronx. You know what I mean? You're looking at him. So for his accessory, they gave him, check this out. This is amazing that NECA paid attention and did this for the fans. Boom! Look at that. So they give you Goliath's alternate wings. They come with Bronx. So
That's
you
awesome.
can actually pop off Goliath's wings already in the regular figure. Obviously, this Goliath is not included here, but it's just showing you get those alternate folded wings. They're just posed to fold, and if you look at the back, they drape down to the bottom.
That's
So
so cool, dude.
it's like an automatic stand. It's like so perfect, dude. It's like ingenious, and like so now you get these draped wings that can click onto to your Goliath figure. And the one thing I was thinking though was like, oh, they just opened a whole a can of worms, because now they're gonna have to do that with everybody probably, all the gargoyles that have the wings, right? But yeah, you get these alternate wings. They come with Bronx because he doesn't need them. But then you can pair these wings with your Goliath, and now you've got an alternate set of wings for your Goliath. And I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was super freaking cool, man. I've never really seen toy companies do that. That's really cool. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see that a lot with them starting to pay attention a little more. So NECA did it with this. Another funny one that happened like this recent was I don't know if some of you remember the Marvel Legends Cannonball figure. Do you remember that, Francisco? The one where
Yeah.
he had no legs and it was just like a blast effect on the bottom.
Yeah.
So everybody complained about that, and they're like, Cannonball, like he has no legs. You know what I mean? They just gave them to us with the thing. And so they're gonna release some Cannonball legs with like another set. You know what I mean? So I like that a lot of these companies are starting to pay attention. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It's really nice that they're actually listening, like, and like
Yes.
they're showing it. So it's
Yeah,
cool.
they're addressing these issues, and what more could you want? So I just thought that was super cool. So we're getting some Cannonball legs, and but this one right here, man, with the Bronx and the Goliath wings. So I mean, for those who just want Bronx, you're gonna have a random set of Goliath wings that aren't gonna go anywhere. But hey, you could always sell them on eBay. How much you want to bet you'll be able to slang them? You know what I mean? Who
Oh,
knows
definitely.
how much you could fetch? I mean, you can get $10 for your Goliath wings, which will pay for half of your Bronx figure. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there might be some extra money to be made there if you don't really need the Goliath wings. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was cool, man. Worth mentioning here for today. So yeah, a little bit. That's the coolest figure reveal thing I saw. NECA's revealing a bunch of stuff, and I thought this was the coolest one. And in my opinion, the most value, because they didn't do this with anything else, you know. So and also for those that like I always thought the Bronx dog though, he looks so cool. He always reminded me of the remember the movie Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Yeah, those terror dogs.
Yeah.
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 It almost makes you want to get two Bronxes just so you got like terror dogs and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool, man. So, all right. So, which is funny because the terror dogs are gargoyles, right?
Yeah.
They're actual
Yeah.
gargoyles. Yeah, it's literally Bronx. It's the same shit. That's funny.
They go great with the Ghostbusters lineup figures.
Yeah. Do a quick redeco repaint, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bust out with the blacks and the yeah, cool shit. So from this, we're gonna go on to the last segment of the show, and that is the comic book pick of the week. And this book is not coming out right now. It's actually gonna come out in January. But the purpose of the comic book pick of the week, again, for anyone who's new to the show, is not for us to show you a book that is valuable now. It's to show you something in advance on purpose that you can pre-order now and get like the bar lowest you can, which is cover. That's the whole goal of the show. So sometimes it'll be something that's coming out in 2 weeks. Sometimes it'll be something coming out in 2 months. Whatever. Anytime we see something that pops out, Francisco R will kind of bring it to attention here, and we'll kind of give you a heads up. There's a couple reasons why this is on here. Now, for one, in the Blade casting, and the monster movie or whatever, all this stuff that's under wraps that Marvel has that they're working on, there is a casting for a character that they... So what happens in Hollywood is they give nicknames to characters. They don't blatantly call them what they're going to be. They don't put Blade, casting. They'll give like every character an alternate name so that you can't decipher what the heck they're talking about. There is a character, right, in this monster vampire Blade flick or whatnot, it's coming, titled Ruby. And it's a female. It's the only female character in this monster vampire thing, right? And it's a hero. So, like, you don't really have many options. You don't. There really isn't, let's be honest. So in Marvel,
Yeah.
there really aren't many options. So Elsa Bloodstone, and I'm calling it. I think it's Elsa Bloodstone.
Bloodstone.
Yeah. Yes. Bloodstone. Good one. Yeah. So I think it's Elsa Bloodstone. Now, why else? Here you go. There is a Death of Doctor Strange Bloodstone book. You know what I mean? Bloodstone's also present in the Deadpool comics. We're just seeing too much of her for this not to mean something. You know what I mean? They're not going to give a book like this to her without doing something. Also, the first appearance of Bloodstone and Bloodstone #1 of Elsa Bloodstone, the book, I'd say, actually, I'll be up front right now. I bought a 9.8 copy 4 months ago for 300. Yeah, for like 300 something, maybe like 4 months ago, right? And now the 9.8 copies are between 800 to $1,000. You know?
Damn.
And this book's about to get worse. So I would not be surprised if this book hits $2,000. Not this book that you're seeing right now, but the first appearance of Bloodstone #1. If you look it up, to hit, 1,005, $2,000 someday, right? If she really is the character, which is highly likely, you know what I mean? So they're really banking on this. I think Bloodstone's the future. It's one of the characters we're definitely going to see. For one, it's a female character. All right. 2, she's a monster hunter. That's already freaking awesome. You know what I mean? And she fits in the lore of all the monsters that are going. You know what I mean? So she's perfect. And what you see here before you is a solo book that they're going to put out. This is the first Bloodstone technically solo book since her first appearance run. You know what I mean? She's made cameos in other books, but she hasn't had her own book yet. You know what I mean? Since her first appearance. So here we go. We got one here. And why do I like this one also? Because it's by none other than our friend David Nakayama. You know what I mean? So David Nakayama with an awesome cover. And I'm going to actually read you what the synopsis says on this, because this is actually really cool. So it says, so this is what's going on in the book that you see here. Who better to defend Earth from magical invaders than monster hunter Elsa Bloodstone? Elsa is the best there is at what she does, tough, skilled, and clever enough to handle any problem, except her brother Cullen. Cullen has a first appearance in another Avengers book. That's pretty... it's a little cheap right now, but it'll go up in price. The siblings will have to put their issues aside, not only to protect Earth, but also, here's the big one here, to welcome the latest addition to the Bloodstone clan, their long-lost sister. Her awesome set of powers and unique blood gem have placed a target on her back, and the worst horrors from beyond this realm are on the hunt. So, we got a first appearance in this book. So, I mean, that's another reason why this is on there. So, first appearance of a long-lost sister. First solo Bloodstone book since her first appearance. And, of course, a beautiful David Nakayama cover. At cover price, you can't lose. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not even sure what the cover on this is yet. I don't think it's been announced yet. But judging if it's Marvel, this is either going to be $4 or $5. You can't beat that. You know what I mean? So don't try to get this later when it comes out. If you have an an LCS, a local comic shop, if you can pre-order it, put a pre-order in. You know what I mean? This is well worth it. And also, it's issue 1, so issue 1s are always great. Yeah, because you can always gauge, give it a read. Do you like it or do you not like it? You know what I mean? Simple as that. And you know exactly what's going on because you're not lost because it's not issue 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. This is going to be a 15-issue series, though, it said. So there is quite a bit of plans. So 15 issue is, for them to say 15-issue series, that's really weird, right?
Yeah. Usually like 12 or 7.
Yeah, 15. Now, for them to want to say 15, talk about confidence. You know what I mean? Like to just be set already. We're talking like a year's worth of books are like you're planning. So come on now, you know what I mean? I'm thinking this is definitely in the with Blade in the movie. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Elsa has to be Ruby. I mean, come on, it's got to be. So banking on Elsa Bloodstone, great character, has always been one of my favorites in Marvel. And yeah, this is the comic pick of the week. You heard it here first. So we come back to this, we could say we told you so. Yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be it, folks. Appreciate everybody for tuning on in. And let me see here real quick before we wrap up. Oh, I will say this. I will say this here. Let me see if I could pop up an image of this. So, for those of you that follow us, there's an app called Whatnot. So there's an app called Whatnot, and we do auctions there on Wednesdays and Sundays. I think we're gonna do an action figure auctions on Saturdays too. But we're gonna be doing a giveaway, and it's essentially the biggest giveaway we've ever done in the history of our store. Period. We've never done anything this for a book this gnarly, right? And I'm going to be giving away an Amazing Spider-Man number 122. This book is one of the biggest key issues in Marvel Comics, and it's the death of the Green Goblin. And let me pull up a photo here for y'all to see. Where'd it go? I just got it right now. All right, so we're gonna be giving this book away right here. A lot of you already know what it is. It is a really famous cover. Now, we have one. Now, instead of selling it, we're actually gonna give this away for free. We're working it out with Whatnot. We're gonna do a giveaway. Now, how you win this book right here? And this is the real thing that we're gonna be giving away. By the way, this is just a still image you see here, so you know what it looks like, and a lot of you already recognize it. But we have the real deal Holyfield, and all you gotta do is follow us on Whatnot and have made some sort of a purchase, even if you only bought something for $1. Hey, you're in the running. And I'm gonna use one of those randomizer things. I was gonna use one of those randomizer wheels where I put your name on a wheel and then it raffles off and it selects. But I'm actually gonna do a different thing. I think there's this one website where it's like a duck race or like dinosaurs or zombies or something.
That's cool.
Have you seen that or no?
Yeah.
They're funny, man. So like I think we're gonna do that. So if you've bought something or you follow us, I'm gonna put your name on one of those characters. And then either we do it on Whatnot, or maybe we'll do it here, or maybe we'll do both. I don't know. We'll figure that when the time hits, when it's time to do that part. I'll have a flyer that'll announce all that. But we're gonna do like a 1 or 2 minute race where everyone who's entered is gonna digitally, because you don't know who's gonna win. Like the computer picks, right? But like you get to watch everybody like go to the finish line, and whoever crosses the finish line. Which is basically it's just like a raffle, you know?
Yeah.
We'll win this book, and I will ship it to you. So, yeah, that's it. All you got to do is follow us on the Whatnot app and have made any purchase, literally anything, at any point in time. Doesn't have to be now. If you got something 2 months ago, you're already entered, as long as you're still following us, right? And that's it. So we're gonna do that. It's our biggest giveaway. Heads up, the value on this is $250+. It is not cheap. So someone's gonna win a $250+ book. If you get it graded, I'm not kidding. These things can go for a lot more than that. But it's a big thank you to everybody, and in conjunction with Whatnot. Actually, I'm not even. Let's see it. ASM 122. I'm not even sure what they go for. They are not cheap though. Let me see. Amazing Spider-Man 122 CGC. So a 5.0, which is like not good condition, goes for $300. This book here that we have is way better than that. So a 9.6 can go for $2,500, $2,500, folks. So if you pull off a high grade, you're looking at thousands of dollars here. And we're giving this away for free as long as you support it. And it's in conjunction with Whatnot. And appreciate you all. And so in the chat, I see so like Buffy's collection's in the chat here. She's already automatically entered. She's supported before in there. Action Doll. Does the purchase have to be from Whatnot, or can it be purchased from Metahumans Comics the store? It has to be from the Whatnot app, because it's in conjunction with Whatnot. So basically, they're going to credit they're like part of the giveaway because we've done so many shows. So they're going to be promoting it the second we put the flyer out, and you have to tune in to Whatnot or have gotten at least one thing on Whatnot for it to be the win. So yeah, that's how it's going to work out. So, and again, tune in Wednesdays and Sundays for our shows. And I think we just had a DC show on Saturday. I think we're doing Star Wars next. So that is that. And if you ordered one of the Goliath Gargoyle figures, I just got a shipping notice, so we should be getting the Goliath NECA Gargoyles this week or next week. So stay tuned. If you pre-ordered it, it's coming in finally. So heads up. And if you're local, Francisco's your man. He'll take care of you. I think we might have one or two extra. I'm not sure. So if you still want one, let us know. And don't miss out, because look, now Bronx is giving you extra wings. You know, we're gonna carry all of them. So, that's that. Everybody, thank you for joining on in. Appreciate you all, and that's gonna do it for tonight's show. Francisco, where can we find you, dude?
You can find me at the.boyblunder on Instagram. And don't forget to go and buy something at Whatnot this Wednesday.
Yep, this Wednesday. Which is coming up. It's coming up. So get anything. You can literally get anything. So we have a lot of books. And for those not familiar with our sales, literally everything starts at $1. Everything. So it's easy. Super easy. And to put even more, if you haven't signed up yet, send us a message and we'll send you a code that gives you $3 for free. So you can literally get in this raffle for nothing and buy $1 comic and like still get that for free. So there's like no excuse. You can literally get the whole thing for free if you haven't signed up yet. So heads up on that.
Chances.
Yeah. And that's it, folks. That's going to do it for the night. Appreciate you all. Everybody have a great week, and catch you next Monday, or catch you on Whatnot coming up on Wednesday. All right. Have a good night.